This video is brought to you by the lovely sponsors below. Thank you so much for your support.
And that is when...
Yes, go on. I expect a proper report out of each of you.
This isn't a little awkward to anyone else?
You get used to it. He's insistent on all the details, word of mouth especially.
I didn't expect to be summoned back this soon.
Miss Mayrin, are you or are you not under contractual obligation to Chaldea?
I may have signed... I died! And betrayed you. Contracts should be irrelevant at this point in existence.
Well, technically you didn't betray him. I mean, he wasn't even in charge when you left, right? And I never got a chance to meet you before you were put on ice.
All right, chop chop. Now, explain your decision-making here in regards to your alliance with Celestine. I won't accept any excuses for tardiness.
Here we go. Steady and... done!
A competent solution for mimicking the initial antidote's composition.
Thanks again for your help with this. To be honest, even with that sample of the tree she used as an ingredient, I wasn't sure we'd be able to replicate the process she used.
It's trivial. Poison is an art form. But if you create one without an antidote, it's the same as preparing for either finality or failure.
Here, Yusuke. Drink it slowly. This much should be good for a full dose, but I'll want to monitor you here for a while to be on the safe side.
You're the boss.
Alright, so I have good news and bad news. Which would you like first?
The good news.
Alright, well, the good news is that Yusuke and Gordolf were successfully cured of the poison. The Lostbelt was also successfully resolved, and we're another step closer to stopping the Cryptors.
Sounds like a good start. What about the rest of the good news?
We're also all alive.
Right. Then what's the bad news?
Well, two of our brightest are currently still in intensive care. Between the exhaustion, stress, and prolonged direct exposure to the fantasy tree, we're still not sure how long it will take for them both to be fully recovered.
Has Atlas restated their claim on Nell?
Sion has requested we speak about it after Nell has regained consciousness, which will probably happen after we are finished talking with her about what happened during the Lostbelt.
What happened was that she gambled everyone's lives on some crazy experiment. Between making deals with Hinako and Koyanskaya and trying to completely take over a Lostbelt, I don't really think there's anything left to discuss.
Honestly, Nina's right. The professor compromised the integrity of the mission and almost all the lives in Chaldea for the sake of her own ambitions. If the others weren't there, then...
I know, but unfortunately the bad news doesn't stop there. Chloe was traumatized during the initial antidote negotiations with Koyanskaya. To make matters worse, Koyanskaya's abilities are beyond what any of us were expecting. We underestimated her and almost lost more of our own as a direct result.
We won't make the same mistake again, and she's going to pay for everything she's done.
Easy there, Nina. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'll check up on Chloe later to see how she's doing. Knowing her, she's probably trying her best to keep a brave face.
Probably for the best. And sorry. Please continue, Da Vinci.
As you may have already noticed, Saber Alter didn't return with the others from the Lostbelt. She was critically wounded in the battle against the Emperor and left to die. However, due to BB's quick thinking, she was reverted back to her Saint Graph form, and her condition has been in limbo ever since.
Is she?
Honestly, I really don't know. Her Saint Graph was almost completely shattered, and speaking from personal experience, the fact that she hasn't faded away is a miracle.
Can anything be done to help her at all?
we're still investigating. Atlas has agreed to assist in whatever way they can, and knowing PT, he'll be doing the same.
Even more than that, you know he would never stop trying to help her.
On that note, you visited him earlier, right?
Yes. Both PT and Nell are still unconscious. According to the head nurse, Nell has gotten over the worst of it and her vitals have stabilized, but PT's still being evaluated elsewhere.
Wait, what? Evaluated? Why? I thought his condition was similar to Nell's.
Some of it, yes. But there are still a few complications we're looking into. But the head nurse, Chloe, and the rest of the medical staff, is doing their utmost to ensure that everything is handled properly. He's in good hands.
What do you mean by complications?
Nina, I understand how much he means to you. But right now, please trust me. You'll be the first one to know whenever he wakes up.
Thank you.
I'm sorry about all this, you two.
Huh? Why?
Like Nina, I know firsthand how the Lostbelts are. In Russia, we barely got through with help and luck. Karak and Anastasia were far stronger than any of us were initially prepared for, and we almost lost Ryusuke. Then in Scandinavia, the Shadow Border was almost demolished not just once, but twice. Kiri literally caught up to us on foot, and then Nina had to stop Ragnarok. Then, even before we got to China, Kunitskaya was able to infiltrate the Shadow Border, leave poison, and almost kill the director and Ryusuke. She almost kills Chloe, prevented a possible truce with Zhang Yu, and then gives Nell the means to try and take over a Lostbelt. But the Lostbelts aside, the biggest issue on the table is the Cryptors have been steps ahead of us at almost every turn since Chaldea was attacked.
It isn't just your responsibility.
Maybe, maybe not, but I still baited Nell into going. Yeah, I had my reasons. Yeah, I still stand by them. But because of that, all of this happened.
Yeah, well, she would have gone anyway.
For all that went wrong, I'm glad that they were able to pull it off at the end. And I'd wait on condemning her before Nell wakes up, so you can hear what she has to say about it for herself.
She does have a lot to answer for. But we gave Ophelia a chance. No reason not to give one of our own the same treatment.
All we've seen is from the outside. You know as much as anyone that decisions made in the moment may be for a different motivation than the outcome would indicate.
I'm not saying I won't hear her out. Besides, I didn't expect her to bring a cryptor around to see our side of things. And Hinako of all people. So, I have to admit, there's definitely more to the story.
Just keep an open mind. People can surprise you.
Don't worry, that's pretty normal for me. But thanks, Da Vinci. Glad to know you got my back.
And then I was summoned. And you made me give you this report. That's it.
Huh. That's all you have to say for yourself?
I don't know what else you want from me.
Knowing him.
Are you serious?
Just do it. He'll feel more at ease.
Nice to meet you, Director.
Much better. As a former member of the A-Team, I expect you to work hard with the other masters here, and to lend them your experience. And don't think I've forgotten about you, Cyrus! I expect a full written report on your case.
Then, was this completely pointless?
What, can't I just say it word for word right now?
Full written.
Yes, sir.
You had me summoned back to screw with me?
Whoa, hey now. Let's not go there. We still haven't tried something yet.
What's that?
Well, now that you're here, you want to take a shot at summoning him, don't you?
In case it wasn't already clear, I'm not a master anymore. I'm a servant. Your idea, remember?
Just because you're a servant doesn't mean you can't help summon one. Look, Even if you are, you became one because you wanted to see them again, right? If it matters that much to you, why fret over the details? Come on, you can use my quartz. It's on the house, Senpai.
Fine.
Servant, Saber. I, Prince of Land. You!
Lanling!
Well, shit.
How are we? No. Such miracles are not meant to be questioned.
In this life or the next.
Ahem. I expect you both to be strictly on the up and up from now on. No funny crypto business in my Chaldea. Understood?
Thank you. I know you meant... I have long awaited my Shangyu. And waiting longer will not be a hardship. At least now there's a chance. Lanling, as equals this time. Fight with me?
My sword shall be yours. And Chaldea's, I suppose. Now, let's go on another adventure, shall we?